I have been looking for a small desktop microphone that's great. Is this the one? What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. Hey, I just picked this up. It's a Maono microphone, and what I really like about this microphone is that it was quite a bit cheaper than a lot of the other microphones out there. So you might be familiar with some of the big name brands in the business, and those microphones can be very expensive, $100 to start, sometimes 200 bucks. So I was looking for something at half that price because I've found that a lot of the microphones are usually very, very good, and yet they come in at some really extraordinary price points, especially when you go a little off-brand like this. Now, this one is a USB microphone, so it should plug into pretty much any computer. It's got some nice packaging. Now, the other thing that I really wanted is, especially now that a lot of us are doing home conferences, you know, web conferences, webcams, those types of things, having a microphone really ups your audio quality. But the problem is we all have limited desktop space, and so I wanted something that was going to be pretty small. Now, I will show you here, this thing is pretty small, and what I really loved about it is the total footprint. So as you can see here, it's no bigger than a mug or a cup, and so you can put this pretty much on any desk without taking up a bunch of space. You don't need a boom arm, you don't need any other articulating hardware. This thing is only as big as a large Nalgene water bottle or a thermos, something like that, so it's actually quite small. And I love the fact that it will angle here, so it should be a little bit of a directional cardioid microphone. It does have thumb screws on the side here, so you should be able to tighten these down once you get it into your position, and it'll stay there without wobbling. All of this down here is metal construction, so it's kind of a stamped sheet metal. It has some weight down here on the bottom, so I'm assuming that there is some other metal or a weight down there. It has a little bit of a rubberized bottom here, so it should stay in place. It shouldn't move around. And then you can see this yoke up here is also metal, and it screws into this base, so it's not going to move around, and it's nice and sturdy. And like I said, the thumb screws there. The housing for the microphone seems to be metal as well, and then we also have a metal grate on the top, which is pretty nice. And the one thing that I would probably like about this is to add a windsock, one of those foam windsocks, just to get rid of any pops or hisses. Now, there's also a little box in here where we have some accessories. It actually says accessories. And we have, a USB-C cable. So if we look on the back here, we have a USB-C port. We also have a 3.5mm headphone jack so that you can do some audio monitoring. And then on the front, and the most important piece here, is it looks like we have a microphone switch that goes all the way down to all the way up. So I think this is your gain control, which will affect how much sound it's picking up from you. I have usually found, I think because I sit back from my microphones a little bit, that usually I have the gain turned pretty far up. And then it looks like we also have headphone volume right there. So I'm going to get this plugged in, and we are going to try it out and see how good it is. So I'm sitting at my desk with the Maono Fairy plugged into my computer here. Don't judge the microphone based on the video quality. That's just my Logitech webcam. But I've got it sitting down here in front of me, probably about 1.5 feet away from my face, and it's a little bit lower, but I do have it angled up. And so that's kind of the audio quality that you should expect from it. Now, I've got it probably set on about 70% gain right there. You can also see that it has a little green light. I'm just going to lift up the microphone here and talk into it. So this is about 1 foot away from me. This is where I see a lot of microphones being put if people are podcasting or web conferencing. It doesn't matter if it's in the shot a little bit because you want to make sure that you're getting good audio quality. But this little microphone is really small. Obviously, it will sit on your desk. It won't take up a lot of space. It's not expensive. I think it has a lot of features. The gain and the volume adjustment is pretty nice. The headphone jack to do audio monitoring is really nice as well. If you want to pick this up, you like the audio quality of it, I'll put a link to it in the description below. Peter Von Panda. Out.